around the outside and coming into it very strongly. At the head of the others, VJ's Missile is running on, and then came Mary's Daughter, but around the corner the big bloke Trickycraig ambled up on the outside to join Barford Bobby, is not done with yet. Fighting back on the inside, it's Trickycraig just in front. Barford Bobby is matching strides with it, getting close to home, but Trickycraig forging away, and Trickycraig scored by a length. Barford Bobby did a pretty good job to get second. A fair way back third, VJ's Missile. At the head of the others, Inventory, and then Rosemont Tradition. A long way back to Mary's Daughter, and a fair way back to Willow Plate, and last in was Ripple Brook.
376 Newcastle race 9. Let's go to Terry now, getting pretty close for his start at Albion Park. Here's Tez.
Now the strands come across for the 10 metres markers as Radio Waves walked up to his spot on the pole. Turf Cutter really rocking, and Lunar Alto with the Alvarez move forward. All Rowan on the outside of 10. Dixon Neptune back on 20. So they're just about ready to run. 2,600 the trip. Turf Cutter 6 to 4 on the TAB. $1.70 for the win. Roman Empire a little toey. Dunveen a little toey. Strands fly, racing, and Christofero backpedaled when the starters said go. Roman Empire won the start and went straight to the lead. Dunveen and Apache Dart both came out very quickly. Another leader began well from Electrifying. Then Really Rockin' the Alvarez and Uist. Cristofero's deep on the first corner, followed by Lunar Alto. Radio Waves was slow to move from the pole, and All Rowan galloping in the middle of the circle the first time. Turf Cutter goes up on the fence. Dixon Neptune lasted the main group, and All Rowan after galloping 5 away at the tail of the field. Roman Empire in front as they round the bend at the 2,200 metres mark, and leads by a length to Dunveen. Apache Dart third behind the leader. The Alvarez out 3 wide, striding forward on the outside of another leader. Electrifying's on the fence. Cristofero deep going forward behind the Alvarez, then Really Rockin' on the outside of Radio Waves. 1 to Uist, a length and a half to Lunar Alto, followed by Dixon Neptune. Turf Cutter is second last, and All Rowan's a length away at the rear. Roman Empire hands up the lead, and the Alvarez scoots to the front at the tea trees in the 1,750 metres mark, and it's the Alvarez leading by 1 over Cristofero, a length and a half to Roman Empire, a length and a half to Dunveen on the outside of Apache Dart. Turf Cutter rushing forward deep around another leader. Electrifying on the rail, and then Really Rockin', followed by Radio Waves and Uist. All Rowan. Lunar Alto second last, and Dixon Neptune shuffle back to the tail. Lead time was 78.6 for the first 1,000, and Krogan lets Turf Cutter run. He zoomed to the lead and past the 1,300 metres mark. Turf Cutter leads by 3 lengths to the Alvarez and 1 to Cristofero. 1 to Roman Empire on the inside of Dunveen. Apache Dart locked up on the rail, then another leader. Electrifying on the fence on the inside of Really Rockin' from Radio Waves. Uist. All Rowan. Lunar Alto and Dixon Neptune last. 30.6 for the first quarter of the mile. The favourite showed the way past the judge and the bell, led by 2 lengths. Turf Cutter 2 in front of the Alvarez and 1 to Cristofero, slicing the breeze. Roman Empire's locked up on the fence on the inside of Dunveen. Then Apache Dart, another leader Electrifying and Really Rockin'. A length and a half away came Radio Waves from Uist. All Rowan, Lunar Alto, and Dixon Neptune peels out 3 wide from the rear. 32.3 second quarter, and Turf Cutter's allowed more rain down the back at the 600. Turf Cutter given a flick with the whip, opened up a break of 5 lengths to the Alvarez. Cristofero's under pressure. Dunveen wide running on. There's a fall in midfield. Horses down everywhere, a couple down, 2 drivers down. They look okay. Tell you about it later. Turf Cutter's under pressure at the 300 metres mark. He's 2 in front of Dunveen. Another leader runs to third. They're a mile in front of the others. A race in 3 on the bend. Turf Cutter shows the way. 2 to Dunveen. Another leader comes to the outside. That's the trifecta now. What order? Turf Cutter 1 to Dunveen. Another leader on the outside. Turf Cutter in front. He's shifting his ground. Dunveen and another leader can't reach him, and that will be the trifecta order. Turf Cutter first. Dunveen second. Another leader third. Then Apache Dart and Lunar Alto. A long break to Dixon Neptune, Radio Waves, Roman Empire, Cristofero, the Alvarez, All Rowan, and Really Rockin', the last to finish. The clerk of the course has picked up Uist, who was a faller. John Crimmen, the driver of US, bounced up, and Electrifying was the other one. The horse up on his feet, and Ross Dolan, the driver of Electrifying, bounced up.
Okay.
Set to go, the light on, they're racing. Victory Low Bill away fast. Got the Flare, went out quickly with Oliver Wather. Final edition, no real pace, and Earl Nugent's getting back early. As Got the Flare puts pressure on Oliver Wather and will go to the front. Settling third on the rails is Victory Low Bill, and left without cover, Satan Commands. Then came Final Edition on the inside, who after showing little or no pace from the barrier is now the fourth horse running along the rail. And the favourites already lobbed, one out and one back, Earl Nugent. On its back, QC Scott, followed by Call the Shots. And there goes Fly Past taking off three wide. He's getting around them pretty easily too, Fly Past. And he'll soon go up and be outside the leader. Got the Flare 4 metres in front. Second on the outside, Satan Commands, who quickens up as Fly Past moves forward. And that is making that horse work that little bit harder, Fly Past, but he finally gets round to the death seat. On the rails next is Oliver Wather, and following it, Victory Low Bill, followed by Earl Nugent. Willback, QC Scott, Final Edition on the fence, and Call the Shots as last of all. Got the Flare by 2 metres to Fly Past. He's got there fairly easily, that horse. On the inside is Oliver Wather, and Satan Commands with the trail now. On the outside of Victory Low Bill, followed by Earl Nugent, who's back to fourth last on the outside of Final Edition, followed by QC Scott, and last of all is Call the Shots. First quarter, 32.7, and with 850 metres to go, Got the Flare 4 metres to Fly Past, racing on the outside of Oliver Wather. Then came Satan Commands around Victory Low Bill, followed by Final Edition inside Earl Nugent, who's yet to go. Well back in the field, second last QC Scott, and last of all is Call the Shots. The second quarter, 31.9. 600 metres from home. Got the Flare 4 metres to Fly Past, who's about to be reined up, and there goes Satan Commands with a good run on the outside. Oliver Wather can't get through, followed by Victory Low Bill. Earl Nugent comes out 3 wide. It's making good ground. Satan Commands hanging in a bit at the 400, and well back is QC Scott, but Got the Flare's the one to beat. 4 metres to Fly Past. 3 wide Satan Commands, 4 wide Earl Nugent running on. Oliver Wather needs luck, it can't get out, but she's got them stacked up, Lisa Justice, on Got the Flare. She's holding it back to the field, and Earl Nugent's 4 wide, working hard around the turn. Got the Flare kicks on the outside. Earl Nugent trying hard to reach it, followed by Satan Commands. Got the Flare still in front of Earl Nugent. Got the Flare hanging on, but the class of Earl Nugent starting to show in the run home. He's driving at this leader, and a big win. Earl Nugent got up to win and beat Got the Flare. Third, 4 metres away, Satan Commands from Oliver Wather. Then Final Edition, who was close up from QC Scott, Call the Shots, Fly Past, and last of all, Victory Low Bill.
8.45 there, so Earl Nugent.
Mr. York in the blue for the final event of the night. Ready to jump, racing. Mr. York came out fairly. Rapid Post off the inside, won the jump. Showing speed from the wide alley was Emma Sue. Rapid Post led Emma Sue at the first corner. Exit is third from Barley Charlie, and moving up on the fence, Storm Home. And then 3 lengths behind them, Leanne Francis, followed by Mr. York. And tailing the field was Selvita. Out of the straight, Rapid Post, the front runner. Second, Barley Charlie. Exits over on the rails, third, and Emma Sue behind them. Then Leanne Francis, followed by Mr. York. Moving up out wide was Storm Home with a fast run, and Selvita tailed off on the home corner though, and bowling away was Barley Charlie. Barley Charlie sprinted well clear though. It's got it shot to bits, and Barley Charlie is charging away. Mr. York goes to second, but Barley Charlie goes home to win nicely. Second, Mr. York. Third on the outside, probably Leanne Francis from Rapid Post, then Storm Home. The last couple, Selvita, Emma Sue, and Exit was last.
Thanks a lot, Pete. Okay, 5, 4 and 6, race 10 at Wenny Park. 5, 4 and 6 on the
80 metres. Ready. Racing. Imperial Atom dropped out to the tail with Chip Moss, whereas all classes away very quickly. Leads Bank on a touchdown, and also Franco Steele early. Bon Marché the fence. Getting to fifth early is Kimajitsu. 10 metres away out, 3 wide Parlour Royal dropping out to the tail. Second last there is Imperial Atom, and Chip Moss is third last. Bank on a touchdown, works up on the outside within a neck of the leader, all class on the turn the first time. Bank on a touchdown is looking for the lead, works up to tackle all class at the 1850, and looks like getting to the front too. Bank on a touchdown, he's been well tried, and Bank on a touchdown now works to the front by 6 metres to all class. 6 metres away, fourth on the rail is Bon Marché, and Kim Kimajitsu without cover. Then Franco Steele, he works up to the one-out trail. A break of 10 metres to Chip Moss, 8 metres away Imperial Atom, and Parlour Royal is back at the tail. Out of the straight they travel, and Bank on a touchdown. He leads all class by 4 metres. Kimajitsu without cover third. On his back is Franco Steele having a nice run early. Then Bon Marché the fence, 6 metres to Chip Moss, 1 off the fence. Imperial Atom second last is 12 metres away, and 4 metres to Parlour Royal. Halfway along the back once again, the leader is Bank on a touchdown, steadied now by 4 metres. Kimajitsu at the leader's wheel, third all class, fourth with cover Franco Steele, and a neck away, fifth is Bon Marché. Then Chip Moss 4 metres away, still some 10 metres to Imperial Atom, and 5 metres away Parlour Royal. Approaching the turn, they've got a bit more than a circuit to travel, and Bank on a touchdown. He's had a pretty good run by 2.5 metres to Kimajitsu, always sitting up without cover. One by one is Franco Steele. The leader's back is all class. Then Bon Marché, 5 metres to Chip Moss, 6 metres away is Imperial Atom. He's second last at the 950, about 15 to 20 metres off the lead, and 6 metres away the Bolter Parlour Royal. They're in the final lap towards the 800, and Bank on a touchdown, being held together in front by 4 metres. All class second, the leader's back. A metre the outsiders, Kimajitsu shaken up third. Then Bon Marché the rail. Ahead away Franco Steele, 4 metres to Chip Moss, 6 metres Imperial Atom the rail, and 6 metres away Parlour Royal. At the 550 down the back, it's still Bank on a touchdown. Over 3 metres in front, Kimajitsu under pressure. All class the leader's back. Franco Steele about to pull out because Kimajitsu in front of him's not going well. Then Bon Marché. Chip Moss now pulls to the outside. Imperial Atom second last, comes 1 off the fence, and 5 metres to Parlour Royal. Bank on a touchdown though, snuck away 250 out on the turn by 5 metres to all class. Franco Steele now pulls to the outside in plenty of time to third. Imperial Atom now gets to fourth. He's seeing daylight but 15 metres off the lead. Inside the 200, Bank on a touchdown, 3 metres in front. The only danger, all classes trying to pick him up on the outside. At the 100, Bank on a touchdown by a neck. All class slowly picking him up. It's Bank on a touchdown, tackled by all class. Bank on a touchdown, hanging on, and Bank on a touchdown. Heavily backed as 1.5 head to all class. Third, Imperial Atom has flown. Franco Steele disappointing. Then Bon Marché, Chip Moss, Kimajitsu, and last in Parlour Royal.
5-4.
Set to go for the last 2 laps at the judge. Ready, blue light up, they're racing. Mobile Beauty got out reasonably well on the inside to Such, and Summersby Warrior showing pace. Ballakura Gamecock out wide is showing speed, and also quickly away is Muckalee Kid from the 8 gate, tearing across to join them at the judge the first time. Followed further back by Sarah Vela. Mobile Beauty can't stay up there. It's drifting back at the field, and so too is Happy Joseph, and Missy Mandy is back at the rear of the field. Into the back straight the first time. Summersby Warrior on the fence, leading along nicely by a couple of lengths to D Such, and running third is Ballakura Gamecock. Followed by Sarah Vela in 4th spot. The field starts to break up, followed by Happy Joseph, and then came Mobile Beauty. Missy Mandy is sneaking through on the inside. And Muckalee Kid, once he couldn't get to the lead, he's had to ease back on it, and he finishes up at the tail of the field. Heading on towards the top corner, 1,400 metres left to go. Summersby Warrior the leader, setting a solid tempo. It leads by a couple of lengths to D Such, and then Ballakura Gamecock. A first without cover is Sarah Vela, followed by Missy Mandy on the inside. Happy Joseph is 3 wide, coming up towards the home corner. Mobile Beauty is in the centre, and last of all is Muckalee Kid. Bell lap at the judge this time as they swing into the home stretch, and Summersby Warrior rolling along in the lead. Shows out by a length and a half to D Such, and a length and a half to Ballakura Gamecock. Next on the outside is Sarah Vela. 3 deep is Happy Joseph, has been there for much of the journey. Over on the inside is Missy Mandy, awkwardly placed as they go by the judge, and Muckalee Kid is at the tail of the field. 1 second left to go, and Summersby Warrior is the leader. Makes play, and on a loose rein goes towards the back by a length and a half to D Such. Ballakura Gamecock next over on the inside, followed by Sarah Vela on the outside. Out 4 and 5 wide now is Happy Joseph, as pushing through the centre is Mobile Beauty. Over on the inside is Missy Mandy looking for a way out, and last of all is Muckalee Kid. Down the back, and the leader Summersby Warrior. Still looks to be going okay. It leads by a length and a half to D Such. On the outside, Sarah Vela running a race, followed further back by Ballakira Gamecock, and then came Mobile Beauty. Happy Joseph is still there despite the tough run. Missy Mandy eases to the outside and is about to circle the field. At the 300-metre mark, Summersby Warrior, the leader, immediately under pressure and tackled by Sarah Vela. And out 3 and 4 wide, here's the favourite, Missy Mandy, joining in with a big run. Around behind those is Mobile Beauty, and then D Such into the straight. 2:50 to go, and Missy Mandy sprinting quickly has raced up to hit the lead. Mobile Beauty setting out after it on the outside. Through on the inside is Sarah Vela. Favourite's no good thing. Sarah Vela diving through on the inside. Sarah Vela by a head on the line. Second home was Missy Mandy, and third Mobile Beauty, and a good finish to the last. A fair way back to Happy Joseph. Not a bad run, just the same. Then Ballakira Gamecock, followed by D Such. And then at the head of the others came Summersby Warrior, the early leader. And back with it was Muckalee Kid.
Righto, 673, they raised 10 at Newcastle, 6-7.
And TAB at $2.55. Here they come. Lights on. Racing. And Datum and Crown the King came out of the line very quickly, with Crown the King running straight to the lead. Dusky Dynamo spurts up on the rail, and Comedy Lad goes forward wide. Datum restraining now, looking for a trail into the first corner, then the Golden Fantasy, followed by Sherwood Lad, and the other one, Force One, got into trouble and is 50 metres away at the tail of the field. Crown the King's the leader at the tea trees the first time. Comedy Lad second, moving up to the wheel of Crown the King. Dusky Dynamo third and locked up behind the leader. Datum fourth, settling on the back of Comedy Lad, then the Golden Fantasy. A length and a half to Sherwood Lad, and that long break to Force One as they roll down the back. Lead time was 35.8, and Crown the King shows the way at the 1450. Leads by a length and a half over Comedy Lad, with Dusky Dynamo a neck away third. Datum fourth, pulling in the running lane behind Comedy Lad. 2.5 to the Golden Fantasy, 2 to Sherwood Lad, and still that long break to Force One as they roll onto the 1200 metres bend. Crown the King steers them around the corner for the bell. Papworth has a good strong hold on him. Crown the King one in front of Comedy Lad. Dusky Dynamo third. Datum fourth and still pulling, and then Sherwood Lad moving up on the outside of the Golden Fantasy, and a break of 6 lengths to Force One. 31.3 for the first quarter of the mile. Still it's Crown the King as they make the turn out of the straight. 900 metres left to travel. Crown the King a length in front of Comedy Lad, and 1 to Dusky Dynamo on the rail. A length and a half to Datum, followed by the Golden Fantasy, then Sherwood Lad, and a break of 4 lengths to Force One. They're at the tea trees again. 31.4 for the second quarter. Crown the King leads by 1 to Comedy Lad. Dusky Dynamo sitting on their backs waiting for an out. Datum right behind Comedy Lad. The Golden Fantasy right behind Datum. Then Sherwood Lad, and still that gap to Force One. Papworth looked over his shoulder on Crown the King. Comedy Lad cuts the gap down to a neck at the quarter pole. Dusky Dynamo behind them looking for an out. Datum under pressure now. Dusky Dynamo might get off, and Sherwood Lad's hooked to the outside. Comedy Lad reached the lead. He drew a length in front coming around the final bend. Crown the King spat out the dummy. Dusky Dynamo's into the clear. Comedy Lad led for home. Dusky Dynamo runs to second, then Sherwood Lad right down the outside, but Comedy Lad's in front and has the last parcelled up. Comedy Lad wins the money. Dusky Dynamo's second. Sherwood Lad third, then Datum, the Golden Fantasy, Crown the King, and Force One.
Hit the light on, they're racing. Spot On began well. Cactus Gossip away fast. Spiritual Man easing, looking for a trail. Settling off the speed early, She's a Wood Duck, and driving up on the inside from the second row, She's a Dream. As Cactus Gossip puts pressure on Spot On, and they fly. Caught very wide, Spiritual Man in the early part around Sylvie's Sister midfield. Then Toad Call, who's away well. Although fourth last, but is one off the rail. I'm a Soul Man on its back from Eskimo Prince, and Guardianship was caught wide to last. Well, Cactus Gossip's worked very hard, and it's going to the front from Spot On, 4 metres clear. 6 metres away, Spiritual Man, who's finally found a position closer to the rails, and that is racing without cover. Now, She's a Wood Duck comes off the rail to be on its back, and going up to that vacated position, She's a Dream. Then came Sylvie's Sister, who's off the rail, and it's struggling. Then Toad Call. It's getting in the way of Toad Call, in fact, that horse at the moment, Sylvie's Sister. Now it's picking up the bit as the pace drops. I'm a Soul Man third last on the rails. Next to last was Eskimo Prince, and Guardianship is bringing up the rear. They've completed a lap and the leader, Cactus Gossip's, done a lot of work. It's 4.5 metres in front of Spiritual Man, pulling hard on the outside of Spot On. 1-1, She's a Wood Duck having the run of the race, and then She's a Dream on the rail. Sylvie's Sister 1 out and 2 back, going a lot better now, followed by Toad Call. On the rails, Eskimo Prince from I'm a Soul Man with a big job to do, and likewise Guardianship. Coming off the back straight, they've got just on 1,150 metres left to pace, and the leader, Cactus Gossip, on a loose rein, 3 metres to Spiritual Man. On the inside is Spot On, and She's a Wood Duck is having a good run. Next on the inside, She's a Dream from Sylvie's Sister. There's Toad Call going 3 wide in front of I'm a Soul Man, and Guardianship follows the pair out 3 wide. And the only one I missed that time was on the rails, and it's the 4th horse running along the rails, Eskimo Prince. Racing to the judge, Cactus Gossip, 2 metres Spiritual Man. She's a Wood Duck comes out 3 wide. So Toad Call gets a trail, and Spot On and Sylvie's Sister are next. Sylvie's Sister going up in the middle to be 1-1 but surrounded. Then came Eskimo Prince getting off the rails from the back of She's a Dream. I'm a Soul Man, 3 wide on the back of Toad Call, and Guardianship is last. 600 metres to go. Cactus Gossip under the whip, 3.5 metres. She's a Wood Duck working hard, gets to second around Spiritual Man. Toad Call's the one. It's having a good run, as is I'm a Soul Man. On the inside, Spot On struggling, followed by Guardianship starting to sprint. Cactus Gossip 400 out a metre to She's a Wood Duck, who's going poorly. Toad Call comes quickly, as does I'm a Soul Man, and Guardianship following them home with Eskimo Prince. On the turn, 250 to go. Cactus Gossip joined by Toad Call. I'm a Soul Man 3 wide, battling on. She's a Wood Duck's going poorly. Guardianship is out very, very wide, and Eskimo Prince can't get through. Toad Call, I'm a Soul Man on the turn from Eskimo Prince and Guardianship. Toad Call still in front. I'm a Soul Man battling. I'm a Soul Man, Toad Call from Eskimo Prince. I'm a Soul Man is just the leader from Toad Call, who's battling back. I'm a Soul Man, Toad Call won't give in. I'm a Soul Man will just win. I'm a Soul Man, won by a half head. Second placing to Toad Call. A metre away third was Eskimo Prince, and then Guardianship. That was a good run. Followed by She's a Dream. Well, She's a Wood Duck went very poorly. From Cactus Gossip, Sylvie's Sister, then came Spot On, who went too hard early, and Spiritual Man has knocked up to run last.
Okay, 10.95 there on race number 7 at Globe Derby. We'll take a break on Sky, and we'll be back with you.
Hi, this is Ross and Steve from the Golden Trout Resort and Conference Centre on the Pondage at Eildon. We have a fully equipped conference room, 45 motel units, excellent water skiing, and our hotel facilities are the best in the area. Eildon Weir is well known for its fishing, so when you are next in the area, come in and join us for a nice cold drink and throw a rainbow trout on the barbie.
$10.95 race 7 at Globe Derby, 10.9 and 5 there on